Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Again, I want to thank everyone out there for supporting the channel. If you guys do like the content, if you guys do like the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit that bell button to get alerts and updates on all new content posted on the channel. For today's video, I thought I would do an update video. It's been about a month or so since the last update, and as you can see up on top, very strong performance since that last update. Currently at 174, 743.20. Just under $175,000. You can see the return today, very good, 1611.51, with a little bit extra in after hours trading as well, 132.81. If we take a look at the last 1 week, 4,600, very strong performance, 2.71% of the moving forward here. Take a look at the portfolio today. You'll see quite a few stocks in the green, including some of the largest holdings in the portfolio. Portola, PTLA, up 3.14%. This is the third largest, actually now it's the second largest holding in the portfolio, as we'll discuss in the overview portfolio here. I did sell off my AT&T shares. Ford Motor Company as well, the largest holding in the portfolio, up a little bit today, just a penny, but since I have a large holding of Ford Motor Company, very good performance for the day. And then as you can see here, quite a few stocks in the green and select few in the red, but overall a very good day of trading today. Overall in the market, all three major indices were in the green today. So let's go ahead and review the portfolio. If you guys have watched the prior videos, you'll know that all of these stocks are arranged with regards to market segment, and I'll highlight that as we go through the portfolio. And I'll also highlight big changes I made in the portfolio, either sell-offs, additions, or anticipated plans over the next 1 month of trading. So having said all that, let's jump into the portfolio here. First, I start with the high dividend yielding ETFs in the portfolio. First here, DVY. This is an iShares Dow Jones Select Dividend ETF. And on the bottom there, just to highlight again, the number of shares I have as well as the equity value. Next, high dividend yielding ETF, SCHD, 1 share, 49.85. SDY, 1 share, 94.20. SPHD, one of my favorite monthly dividend ETFs, high dividend, low volatility ETFs, 36 shares, 14.98.32 on the bottom. Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, only 2 shares in this portfolio, but I have a large holding of this in my Vanguard account. And the last high dividend yielding ETF, VYM, 1 share, 84.20. And again, I have shares of this in my Vanguard account as well. Next, we move into healthcare stocks. First is pharmaceutical companies. ABBV, 31 shares, $3,004.52. LLY, Eli Lilly and Company, 5 shares, $436.95. Pfizer PFE, one of the first stocks in the portfolio, 120 shares, $44.53.20. Portola, as we discussed, that's my options contract. If we go down here, you'll see the position here, 787 shares, $32,101.73, the second largest holding in the portfolio now, since I did sell off my AT&T shares. And again, you can see I've been doing some options contracts on this particular stock as well, which I will discuss in another video. ABT, now we move into healthcare services companies with Abbott Laboratories, 46 shares, $28.59.36. Cardinal Health, CAH, 18 shares, $8.98.92. And unfortunately, I jumped in since my last video with, I think, about $500 worth of stock, if I remember correctly, $528.69. And unfortunately, you can see the past 1 week, actually in the green, 1.77%. The last 1 month here down 4.87%. Last 3 months, 19.65%. So definitely been struggling. I don't necessarily consider this a contrarian play at the moment, but this is something that definitely will be on my radar for adding to my shares. J&J, Johnson & Johnson, 6 shares, $755.94. Now we move into industrials, first with aerospace and defense. Lockheed Martin, LMT, 1 share, $299.19. Boeing, BA, 1 share, $334.20. Next we move into some conglomerates. GE, this is a stock I put a little bit of capital into. You can see on the bottom there, $228 for an equity value of $31.71.40. I've been doing a lot of covered calls with GE, but I'm having some good success with this particular style of trading. This is definitely a very volatile stock, as you can see here. Last 1 week of trading, up 3.19%, but you can see over the last 1 month here, highs and lows here, up and down kind of pattern, which is great for swing trading and doing options trading as well. So that's why I jumped into this stock with a little bit of capital there. Again, 200 shares additional, $31.71 48 overall equity value. 3M here, last conglomerate, 2 shares, 395.20. I have one machinery stock, Illinois Toolworks ITW, 1 share, 139.64. A couple of railroad companies as well, CNI, 1 share, 81.98, and UNP, Union Pacific, 1 share, 143.06. We have one supply company as well, International Paper, 2 shares, 104.72, and one chemical company, Dow DuPont, 7 shares, 461.51. Now we move into consumer discretionary with the largest holding in the portfolio, Ford Motor Company, 55 contracts. You can see here, I've been doing a lot of options trading with Ford. Some relatively good success so far, and you can see the large position here that I have, 55.25, equity value $61,217. Again, you can see portfolio diversity. This is about a third of the portfolio, 35.03% of the overall portfolio. GM, 1 share, 39.16. One electronics company here, GRM, Garmin, 2 shares, 122.70. Some restaurants, McDonald's, MCD, 1 share, 159.42. Yum Brands, 1 share, 78.27. And Yum Brands China, 1 share, 37.34. A couple textile companies, LB, 1 share, 36.70. And VFC, VF Corp, 10 shares, 8.15.10. Next, we move into consumer staples. This is by far the worst performing category or market segment in the portfolio. First, starting with agriculture, Archer Daniels Midland, ADM, 2 shares, 93.42. Moving into foodstuffs, SYY Cisco, 1 share, 69.38. Then we have some household products, Colgate, 8 shares, 526.24. Kimberly Clark KMB, 2 shares, 213.70. Hershey HSY, 2 shares, 191.10. Moving into packaged goods, KHC Kraft Foods, 12 shares, 772.20. Now we move into personal products, Procter & Gamble PG, 6 shares, 475.86. Some beverage companies, first starting with Anheuser-Busch BUD, 1 share, 103.84. Coca-Cola, 3 shares, 133.92. And PepsiCo PEP, 4 shares, 437.80. Next, we move into some financial stocks, first starting with banks. Bank of the Internet, one of the first stocks in the portfolio as well, 11 shares, 460.68. Huntington Bank shares, HBAN, 4 shares, 59.48. Morgan Stanley MS, 2 shares, 93.90. And Wells Fargo and Company, WFC, 1 share, 55.95. One insurance company, ORI, 52 shares, $1,032.72. Now we move into information technology overall. First starting with IBM, 1 share, 142.48. A few shares of Apple, AAPL, 3 shares, 565.05. Semiconductors, AMD, 3 shares, 49.08. And Intel, INTC, 13 shares, 668.46. And then Microsoft rounds out the technology sector, 1 share, 101.16. Next, moving into telecoms here, AT&T. You can see I stole off my large holding here. I currently only have 200 shares. I did have 800 shares. Currently, the equity value is 65.38. The next telecom, Verizon, 3 shares, 154.65. Next, I have one energy stock, ExxonMobil, XOM, 11 shares, 906.29. A few utility companies, CenterPoint Energy, CNP, 4 shares, 111.76. Consolidated Edison, ED, 5 shares, 397.50. And Southern SO, 3 shares, 143.10. I have some real estate investment trusts as well. One of my favorites, starting off, Apple Hospitality REIT, APLE, 275 shares, $5,049. FRT, Federal Realty, 4 shares, 507.56. IRM, Iron Mountain. Again, this is a stock I'm doing a lot of covered calls on as well. You can see it currently on the bottom here, 200 shares, 71.78. O, Realty Income, 32 shares, 1778.56. And STAG, Stag Industrial, 1 share, 27.83. And rounding out the portfolio, I have some closed-end funds, business development companies. First starting with GOF Guggenheim, 4 shares, 88.64. PCM Fund, 2 shares, 23.09. Prospect Capital, 306 shares, $2,056.32. PTY Pimco, 1 share, 17.69. YYY ETF of business development companies, 1 share, 18.27. And then a few miscellaneous stocks here of Core Bond Trust, BHK, one share, 1287. And then some penny stocks here, which are sort of holdovers from the original portfolio, including SDR here, 9 shares, 1647. The only high dividend penny stock I have in the portfolio. So that is the portfolio. Kind of scroll slowly back up to the top here, going through the entire portfolio. I'm looking to get back into AT&T. One of the problems of selling off covered calls, which I've talked about on my options videos, is that I sold off at a price that is now well below what the current price is at. That's the main risk of those types of contracts. You lose some upside potential if the stock does start trending up after you buy a contract. But it's making very good passive income with that strategy, so I'm looking to get back into AT&T and also doing some covered calls on Ford Motor Company as well. A number of the shares are locked up in a longer-term contract, but I'm hoping to get out of that, sell that contract off for a gain. You can buy and sell contracts just like stocks, and then go ahead and do another covered call on those shares. So that's a portfolio. Again, just under 175,000, 174, 740, 320. And not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. Again, if you guys have any questions on this video, other videos, please let me know in the comment threads down below. I'll do my best to get back to you guys as quickly as I can. If you guys have any great video ideas, please let me know. I'm always looking for new topics to read up on and research. So please let me know that, and let me know what you guys are doing with your portfolios over the next 1 month of trading as well. I think it's probably going to be a volatile market over the next few months, especially with some of the rhetoric coming out of the current administration with regards to tariffs and the economic implications of that. So it might be a very volatile market for the next couple months. But either way, let me know. Again, not to make the video too long, I'll kind of end it here. Again, if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, if you guys enjoy the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Until next video, we'll see you then.